After 5 years, why am I still using this? This is the Tentacle Sync Track-E. The reason it has a microphone hooked up and the lights are blinking is because I'm using it while I make this video. So what is it? It's a portable audio recorder, sometimes called a body pack recorder. All of the audio for this video is being recorded onto the Track-E. As you can tell by looking, it's not fancy. It's not wireless, it doesn't have a screen, and it only has one button. It's very basic. It was released way back in 2019. It's hard to believe it's almost 7 years old. In camera years, this is an old piece of gear. I bought mine in 2021 and I've used it on almost every video I've made in the past 5 years. I have a lot of audio gear. Many of the mics I have are wireless and they record internally. With that said, why am I still using a 7-year-old recorder? Simple. It has great audio quality, it's easy to use, and it's very reliable. In a word, it just works. You plug in a mic, power it up, and hit record. Once you finish recording, you hook it up to a computer and download the files. When you hook it up to a computer, it looks just like a flash drive, so you can easily copy the files to your computer. When you first get your Track-E, you need to use the Tentacle Sync app to configure it. There's not a lot to configure, and the app is easy to navigate. Unless you change the configuration often, you don't have to use the app for normal operation. I like it when a manufacturer doesn't force you to use their app to use your device. So what makes it so special? Why do I still use it even after I purchased several mics that also record internally? For me, it's all about the time code. When I'm inside and sometimes when I'm outside, I have all my cameras and audio recorders synced up with timecode. I made a video about why you should consider using timecode in your videos. I'll put a link to that video in the comments. I just said that you don't need the app for normal operation, but you can use it if you want to use timecode. You can use the app, but it isn't a requirement because you can jam sync timecode into the Track-E from an external time source. You can also use the Track-E to jam sync timecode from the headphone jack if the other timecode devices accept linear timecode for jam syncing. If you're using several Tentacle Sync timecode devices, it makes sense to use the Tentacle Sync app. It allows you to sync all devices at the same time, and it allows you to monitor the devices for proper operation. With the Track-E, you can monitor the audio quality even when the device is recording. It has a significant delay, so I wouldn't use it for continuous monitoring, but it does let you verify you're recording good audio. If you don't want to bother with timecode, you can still synchronize using audio waveforms, but timecode is a much more reliable way of synchronizing files across all your devices. Professional shoots, corporate shoots, and even wedding videographers use timecode to improve efficiency and ensure they can sync all their files in post. Other than timecode, the Track-E has several other features that make it my go-to audio recorder. This is in no particular order. First, it has up to 10 hours of continuous use, and unlike many other units, it has a replaceable battery that can be changed using a replacement kit sold by Tentacle Sync. You can pick up the kit at B&H for around $20. Another feature is you can change the device name in the app. Because the device name is part of the file structure, it can be used to better organize your files. I changed the device name to help me determine when and where the file was recorded. I know of a wedding videographer who has several Track-Es, and he gives them names like bride, groom, and officiant to help them better organize their files. Here's an important feature. It has 32-bit float recording. If you aren't familiar with 32-bit float, it increases the dynamic range of the recording. This prevents clipping the audio. Once set, you can forget setting levels. This can save you if you have unexpected loud audio in your recordings. 32-bit float doesn't mean you shouldn't correctly set levels. Think of it as a get-out-of-jail-free card for fixing audio issues. Next, it has a locking mic connector. This prevents accidentally disconnecting the mic. Most professional lav mics and many consumer ones have a locking nut that helps to keep the mic connected to the recorder. If you've ever had a mic accidentally come out of a 3.5mm jack during recording, you'll appreciate this feature. And finally, You can manually disable the record button to prevent someone from accidentally stopping the recording. This is great if you mount the Track-E to someone who shouldn't be controlling the recorder. If your talent isn't careful, or if they're moving around a lot, this will prevent them from accidentally stopping the recording. Having the ability to disable this function in the app is very helpful. Okay, enough with the specs. Let me give you a short demonstration of how easy it is to use. First, you hook up the mic. If the mic has a locking 3.5mm connector, you can hook it to the lockable mic input of the Track-E. You can use pretty much any lavalier mic since the Track-E provides a full 5 volts of plug-in power. And just for clarification, I always plug in the mic before I power up any recorder. It's a good habit I got into when I first started out in video. Next, push down on the switch for a few seconds to turn on the recorder. When it first turns on, it does this quick Cylon Warrior show of lights. If you don't get the Battlestar Galactica reference, sorry, that just means that you are too young and I'm old. Okay, next, place the mic where it will pick up the best sound. Notice the green lights on the Track-E? They act like a basic VU meter to show you it is receiving audio from the mic. During normal operation, I like to see 2 to 3 lights illuminating when I'm speaking normally. Sometimes a 4th light will light, but I never want to see the 5th light if I'm trying to get good levels. And finally, when you're ready to start recording, push up on the same switch you used to power up the Track-E. A red light above the green audio meter will light up and confirm that recording has started. When you want to stop a recording, push up again on the switch. When you're ready to download the files to a computer, make sure the Track-E is powered off and hook it up to your computer with a USB cable. Navigate to the files using Finder on a Mac or File Explorer on Windows. The files it creates are standard WAV files which should work in most editing programs. That's it. A short video showing why I use a device that was released almost 7 years ago. That's a long time in video years, but it still works great, and I don't think I will need to replace it anytime soon. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you liked what you saw, please give it a like. It helps. If you like this type of content, you might consider subscribing. I really like doing all the research and making these types of videos. If you made it this far into the video, thanks for watching, and we will see you in the next video.